Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the California Classic. And we pick up action at the fourth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Even par, currently.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, what'd you say at the top? Die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The fifth hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be the longer hitters, you might have what into this green?
You can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that, maybe double eagle.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's no snack, though.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And now he has this for the birdie. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 sixth?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favour, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, it doesn't sound as daunting.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board, and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across. Work that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
TPC Stadium, of course, has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Good looking shot right here. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This is a cross-country special. It's a good-looking putt right here. You might like it. That is a cross-country putt right there.
Up and over the ridge. That's a seagull.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have... Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, the tee shot was certainly challenging, and this second shot is as well.
Yeah, both the tee shot and the second shot require you to come in from that left side. The green itself angles to the right a little bit. The trouble, as we know, is all on the right side. But this is one of those holes. You can see it on the tee and on the second shot. If you ride a 4 down, you're happy. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Solid play, heart of the green. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. No problem at all. Good putt and stays at 4 under par.
That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game. Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the California Classic. Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Frank, this is an approach shot here at the first hole that will get a player's attention.
It will. Very strategically placed bunker that protects that front right of the green, plus the angle of that green. If you're going to take it across that bunker, you better judge that inch perfect. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie.
Oh, that birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you'll see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one good bunker will do. And the bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. That's about 285 yards to carry. It's the sort of bunker that keeps you honest.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Bang for another birdie. 8 under par for the tournament. First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And the good thing, too, he's actually putting well.
That is just a beautiful shot. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank.
This is straight at it.
It's a really good line. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up.
Rich, how can you leave an eagle putt short?
Well, you can't. I mean, that's embarrassing.
You can leave a par putt, birdie putt, an eagle putt.
Might want to just shut the game down. I quit playing. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the California Classic. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Safely on deck.
Good result.
Right, and that is close.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11th at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. You can hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You can find that this hole will play very long. Oh, that had some meat behind it.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. But this one has a chance to be really good. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
That's well played. Places it about 10 feet out for birdie. This is an 11-foot putt.
Well read.
To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. Good swing, good shot yet again. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Clean this up with a tap. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you'll just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of the screen, just taking a 3.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. Two options, really. Poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play, 290, 300-yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge. And
good contact, good result. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that's how you keep a round going, make putts just like that. Now at the 15th, par 4, 468 yards. It is nicknamed Turning Home as we are making our way towards the close of this round.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. Boy, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live final round coverage of the California Classic.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Trying to make yet another birdie. And he has it for birdie. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those 2 bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Getting set now over the putt. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par 5s here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you mentioned, bends to the left, and that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters. 326 yards will get you past that. Otherwise, there's sort of a V shoot down the right side that everybody else has to respect.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Bit surprising, misses the green in regulation here at the par 5.
Yeah, you'd think this is one of the easier holes on the golf course. So now just trying to avoid 6.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short. Rich, too much grass between ball and club face.
Paid a price with the tee ball landing in the rough.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
And getting ready for the putt. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West. And the second shot now, this from 170 yards.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17.
Even par currently.
Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the three bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag manually 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not quite where he was aiming, but still enough room to get it up and down. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Has it? That has to feel so good. A big championship victory. Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long, water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. That's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with.